Often people speak about men who have issues with women as if these men need therapy. So men who have misogynistic attitudes, who objectify women, who dehumanize women are told to go to therapy. And this is what happens when men and boys that hold very deeply ingrained misogynistic attitudes go to therapy. This is Jamie, who's in this movie, 13 years old. This is from episode 3 of Adolescence on Netflix. 13 years old, and this is how he's treating his therapist. He's attempting to intimidate her. At other parts of this session, he's attempting to get her validation, attempting to get her to say that she likes him, that she thinks he's attractive. This is what happens in therapy, and this is why therapy is not appropriate for men and boys who have these attitudes. Misogyny is a sociological issue. That means that in order to effectively deal with this behavior in men, there have to be social consequences from other men for men who have these issues. What that looks like is a man says to another man, if you don't pay your child support, you can't hang out with me. That's not what we're going to do. If you put your hands on your wife, then no, I'm not dealing with it. I know you cheated on your wife. I'm not coming to your wedding. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not doing this because you are not treating women well. Therefore, you can't hang out with me. And then the pushback that I get from that is creating those consequences would alienate these men. I think it will require them to behave in a certain way because men crave other men's approval more so than they care about the opinions of women. Once again, misogyny cannot be treated in mental health.
Notice how
y'all just crazy forever. That's all she said. Y'all crazy forever.
Now, notice how all of the issues or the offenses was toward the women. Because I can't tell you how many times I told guys, hey, look, I can't hang around you. Let your woman talk to you like that? I can't hang around you. You let your woman hit you? I can't hang. I don't want to be friends with you. You let your woman cheat on you, bro? No, you can't be in our circle.
Picture a man
what about
saying that
that?
to another
Why it
man.
always got to be?
It's never happened in the history of men. What? A man has never said to another man, hey, man, if you're talking to your woman like that, I can't hang around you. That never happens.
Excuse me, that is incorrect, ma'am. Men of our caliber hold other men accountable all the time. In fact, as a matter of fact, those men who I'm around that I aspire to be like, millionaires and billionaires who I can be seen with in social media, they won't even let you in their circle if they find out you practice infidelity because you are a liability, or if you're beating on your woman because you're a liability. There's a certain level of code and behavior to even be in these type of circles and sit at these tables. They will literally ostracize you if they find out you are behaving in a manner unbecoming to what they see as the standard of manhood. So that's absolute cap. The only people who are not holding each other accountable out here are the women. Just like the woman whose hair looked like a pack of ramen noodles who we were just watching talk. That lady.
Now look, let me say this though.
Who? That's sad that you would insult a woman that you never met before in your entire life.
Let me say this though. Where would in all of those
video, the person from the video.
Statements, I'm gonna grant her the argument. All of those conversations
and very unbecoming.
Damn, do I motherfucking can y'all hear me?
No, we can't hear you.
In all of those conversations,
say something that matters.
Troll at its finest, trolling at its finest.
You can still have some ounce of fucking femininity. Come on, now look.
You can have some ounce of masculinity and your hem is showing.
Oh, look at her attacking his sexuality again.
Did he not just attack mine? Oops.
Now look check it out.
Look at you.
Shame, insults, guilt. That need to be right.
Can't stop herself.
I'm gonna upload my damn virus to this. Everybody gonna get a damn virus today. Now look, check it out. Out of all of the damn statements that woman made, God damn it, I forgot my. No, I didn't. Mm-hmm. Out of all of the statements she made, where this motherfucker? Look, where would women be? Where would women even hear these conversations that men would have with each other on a level of what? Hey, you can't hang out with me, bro. How would a woman even hear that? That's a conversation. That's a private conversation that a man would have to a man when he's telling them his personal situation.
Oh, now it's a private conversation.
Exposed for
when it was a woman, you stood on a podium.
A woman ain't never going to even be able to hear that to validate that we don't.
DJ, can you let him finish?
Take off your cape. It's okay.
The women are not even
away your mouth.
The women are not even in proximity of being able to validate that we don't say this to one another, because typically those type of conversations are happening in private one-on-one conversations. This is a very intimate and sensitive situation. So for y'all to knock it and say that we don't is beyond me.
Yeah, I agree. Most women
We've
wouldn't be
actually
privy to
done that
such
on
conversations, man. There's no way you could be privy to these conversations. They happen behind closed doors. They happen in a private setting, typically one-on-one, unless the actions are so severe that you need to include other brothers to hold this brother accountable. You wouldn't even be around to know if these conversations are happening or not. So it's weird that this lady would do a whole video based on conjecture about something that she would never be privy to. It's strange.
Also,
I
it's
don't
based
get it.
on
You know what? Bigger
the
than all of that, we've done it on
I
this
have so
panel.
many notes
We've
of y'all
held men
not holding each
accountable
other
on
accountable
this.
during King
We've done it
Talk.
on this panel. King
It's
Talk, it
nasty.
happens all the time.
The last King Talk got into it with homie talking about he liked to finesse the women and you know, they gotta pay for me and all this other weird stuff.
Who the
Y'all was
hell
just hating
said
on
that
him.
shit?
What went
Y'all
against them
just hating on him
ASAP
because he could get
Where
had to
pussy.
this
I'm
shut
King
talking
that
Talk
about
at?
down.
really. I'm talking about
ASAP
really
had to
holding
shut
people
that down.
accountable.
Please, can you give an example of a man that was not held accountable?
All the time.
Give me an
Every
example.
time.
Give me an
I
example.
remember y'all had a King Talk about this woman. I can't remember her name. She was with she was dating a football player, and I think she flew like 12 or 14 hours with a newborn baby. Do y'all remember that King Talk? And y'all reviewed the footage, and the only thing that she asked is that he get her a hotel room so she can rest while he goes spends time with his child, because she flew the child all the way 12 hours each way, an infant baby. I don't know if y'all ever been on a baby with a plane, but it's in fucking sane. Okay. And he refused to get her a room. And I sat there and watched y'all make 100 excuses and call her everything but a child of God. Nobody held that man accountable. He cursed her out left, right, and sideways in that lobby.
I can
And
go ahead, girl. I'm sorry, I'm cutting.
do y'all not remember that King Talk? I
I
feel like every
don't
King
think I
Talk
was
is
on
like
this.
that.
Wait. A King Talk. You said it
Y'all
was a
will
football
find
player.
y'all will
Hold on,
find an
wait.
angle.
So I can understand. So you saying there was a video of a football player
I don't know
who
what he
flew
bounced or
out.
threw a ball. I don't know.
He flew out a woman. This was the mother of his child,
Yes.
Was it
and
his
she
wife?
flew. Hold on, wait.
And
No.
the
Jesus.
only
Hold on,
the
wait. I'm
His
just
baby
trying.
moms?
Hold on, Bruiser. Hold on. So this was the mother of his child, and she
yes.
flew with his baby
Yes.
to him,
To him.
and he wanted to spend time with his child.
Yes.
And you're saying that he didn't pay for her hotel?
That was the deal. That he was
That he was
going to get her in a room for about 6 to 8 hours so she can take a nap, because she had to fly all the way back another 12 hours
She
with a
fly from
newborn
Korea?
baby.
Who was
Y'all don't
that?
remember that?
so all the way. So his baby mama flew out, and you saying that the deal between them two, like he went on record saying, "Hey, look, you were supposed to come into town, and I was supposed to pay for your hotel." And he
Yes, he
just
was supposed to get her a room to stay while he was out with the baby, and she can nap so she can
this
bring the
is what he
baby
said he
back.
would do,
That's what he said he would do.
and he didn't do it.
And he didn't do it.
And he just started cussing out in the hotel lobby
Sure did.
for what?
Because they had a disagreement.
About
What
She
the
what?
fuck is
asked
this
him, she
Hold
video?
on, wait.
asked him,
About what?
she was asking him if he had the things that he needed for the baby. And he's like, I don't need anything. It's my baby. And you can't do that with a baby. They drink special milk. They have certain diapers. They have clothes. They have things that they need specifically for themselves. So
So
she was telling him to take something to that effect with the baby bag or something. And he called her everything but a child of God, cursed her out, left in the lobby, did not get her the room that he said, as a man of his word, he said he would get her the room. And y'all sat there and defended it for like an hour.
what does that say?
This
I
is
want to
what
say
y'all
something
do on
too.
What?
King Talk.
So
Let me say
you
something.
saying that
I want
when
to
you
ask.
say
JR, if
hold on,
you remember that clip,
Let me
I
say.
ju-
I want to ask something. I could do you one better, because I actually remember the last time I was on this panel. This Bruiser, you called me. You referred to me as a hoe, and you called me a 3 or 4 several times, and nobody jumped in to hold him accountable.
Hold on, what? I didn't call you a hoe.
Yeah, you did. You called me a 3 or 4. You called me a hoe, and I
I
said
didn't call
I'm
you a
not
hoe.
about
I
to.
called you a
Yeah,
bitch.
Yeah, and I said that sit here and be disrespected, and so just
Oh
like
yes. Oh, y'all want to
I
give
think it's
personal accounts? I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, you're right. I think I did call you hoe.
yeah, and so y'all.
I don't know. You're gonna have to pull up the
This
Here,
is
receipts.
a
I
man
might.
of God.
so y'all sit up here and say it's not a part of the manosphere and it's not real pill content and that y'all hold each other accountable, but y'all
Hold
sit
on, wait.
laughing while it's okay
What's
for
that
him
got to do with red pill?
my name. And I
What
have
does that have to do with red pill? People call each other names all the time.
excuse me.
Red
That's what
pillars always defend red pill, don't
it's
it?
exactly what I'm saying. I
I'm
see
just asking, what does that have to do with red
put
pill?
up here and make it seem like
If you're not red pill, why you so triggered?
I'm
yeah.
just asking.
Why
Why
you
do
It's
y'all
didn't
not
keep
hold him
bringing
Because
it
triggering.
up?
why
y'all
y'all
are
didn't
red
hold him
pill.
accountable? Y'all started
I'm
like
asking what is that? What is calling
Hold on,
somebody out
hold on,
today have
wait.
to do with red pill?
You saying I gotta be red pill to call you a hoe
no,
or
what
to
I'm saying
recognize a
is
hoe?
I'm not even referring to you anymore because I'm talking about the people around you who are saying they hold men accountable. When you said that, people started laughing, but y'all trying to say that y'all not a part of the manosphere and y'all not real pill content. But why is it okay for him to disrespect me
I
because
mean,
me?
Do
it
you
depends.
remember?
It,
Don't
So
you
it
So you
remember?
depends.
hold
so
on,
Hold on,
for
wait.
wait. It
instance,
depends.
I watch you disrespect several women. Actually, Darwin,
Yeah.
What?
several.
What's
And,
hold on, wait. First of all,
and y'all don't
Andrea, be honest. Andrea, be honest. At the
yeah,
time when I allegedly, or maybe I have, because I do
you
have
get
the tendency to label people for what they are.
Label.
At the
look,
time, were
it's
you a
no
hoe?
excuse.
What would Jesus say, Darwin? What would
I'm
Jesus
just
say?
asking a
At the
question.
time, what's the
It's no
hoe?
At the
it's no
time,
excuse.
Was you doing hoe
Did
activities?
Jesus instruct you to call women hoes?
Yeah. You should be ashamed.
what? They
You
call
need to
women
go
harlots in
repent.
the Bible. What do you
Yeah.
think that is?
You
And they
need to
use
go.
the word
No, he
whore quite
hang.
frequently
He
also.
Jesus hung with the prostitutes, the gamblers. He didn't call them
That's not
names.
true.
And
That
we're
is not true. That's
gonna
not true.
Go ahead, Red Eye.
It's
Tell us
better
the
that you
truth.
don't get
Nowhere in the
stoned.
scripture that says he hung with them. In
we were
fact, he
talking
gave
we were
instruction to
talking
not hang
hold
with
on,
those
you weren't
kind of
even
people.
here.
That's cap.
You weren't
That's
even here.
cap.
What are we
You weren't
talking
here,
about?
sir. But this was the last time I was on here. You disrespected me. You called me out of my name because we were talking about women twerking and dancing. So we weren't even talking about me deciding to come on here and say whether or not I'm involved in the sex work or not. You said that because we were talking about somebody dancing, and nobody held him accountable for that. So
Mm,
you just sit up here and act like you don't
quiet like
care or
church
not.
mouses.
Well,
That's
look,
exactly what happened. That's why I
I
haven't
can tell you why they probably didn't hold me accountable.
Up.
You probably were given all
Here
I don't
comes
even
the
think that's
manipulative.
true.
gaslighting.
Yeah, girl,
You
please.
probably, I don't know if it's true or not,
Anybody
but you
thinking about
probably,
trash.
because the men, though, I'm telling you, these guys do not have any problem holding anybody,
Well, they
including
didn't.
myself.
Didn't hold you accountable. They didn't hold you accountable tonight.
We always hold each other accountable. That's just
Laughing.
not true what
They
you're
thought it
You've
was
saying.
had to
funny.
apologize several times and you don't mean it because you
So
keep
you're
doing it,
making the
Darwin.
case.
You
Why do
did
you
it.
think he had to?
You did it to
Why do you think he had to
what's homegirl name
apologize?
that's always on here?
Y'all making the case. Y'all making the case
Oh
that
my
we hold
gosh.
each other.
Simone.
Why do
If
you think he had to
No. What's
apologize?
her
He
name?
should.
I
Die
apologize,
Simone.
that means that they held me accountable.
What?
If
She
I
got the big
apologize,
teeth.
or if I
She talk a
retract the
lot.
statement, if I came on here and said, you know what, I was wrong, maybe shouldn't have said it. I usually leave without I had a conversation with the brothers,
He brought
and
up
they
her
tell.
baby father. Who was that?
That was Die Simone. God
It,
Yes,
it
damn,
was
Die.
it was
DJ.
Yes,
Simone.
Die. You had to apologize to Die. You had to apologize to Kim
Why do you think he had to?
because he's a jerk.
And also, don't you think that some men came to him and said, "Hey, bro, that's fucked up."
Y'all didn't hold him accountable when
So
it happened.
he, no, you didn't.
I
No, you
Yes,
definitely
yeah.
didn't.
remember
Oh,
doing
we
that
You
didn't.
several
watch it. You
times.
watch
Oh,
it
we
happen.
didn't.
You know what y'all like to do? Y'all like to
Oh, we
be,
didn't.
y'all like to be decent human beings behind the scenes. But on this, when we're
Look,
live,
Andrea, if you
when it's
feel like I
lights,
owe you an
camera,
apology right
action,
now,
Wait a minute,
y'all are
Jr.
horrible
Real
human
quick. Hold on,
beings.
wait, Jr. Real quick. You remember when he brought up Die Simone's baby daddy? The first thing I said was, "Hey, bro, you tripping?"
I get a box on the back of Ron.
Andrea, let me do this. Let me see if I can give you an apology on the record today, since you feel like I offended you back in the past.
An apology has changed behavior.
DJ, I don't need you to do that. Put
Too
the
late.
pom-poms up.
Too late.
A tampon up. I mean,
Put your cape away, DJ.
Andrea.
You first.
Yeah.
What,
Look, we ain't
Andrea?
got to.
How old are you, Andrea?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Are you in a
I
relationship?
like her.
I am.
Are you married?
Don't
worry.
answer no questions.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I don't know if I could apologize to you if you can't
Well,
answer.
I don't want your
You
other
need to have her
apology.
social
You just want
security to
I
give an
need
apology.
to.
yeah.
I
It's
need
okay.
to
You didn't
confirm.
need that information to insult her.
I need to confirm that this woman is not
You don't need to
operating like a
confirm shit.
heathen
We
before I
confirmed you were being an
offer an
asshole. You
apology.
need to apologize.
I
Yeah.
need to confirm that this woman is not still
Listen,
carrying the traits
at the end of the
of
day, I
degeneracy
care less if you apologize.
before I offer an apology. I don't want to go on the record apologizing for calling a hoe a hoe.
And you thought that was fun. Are y'all gonna hold him accountable or
This
No,
is
not?
I'm
not
just saying.
masculinity, guys.
I just
This
want
is
to
not
make
what
sure.
masculinity
Hold on, are
looks
y'all gonna
like.
hold him accountable? He just called me out my name. Y'all gonna hold him
I
accountable
didn't
or
call
not?
you out of your name. I said I don't want to do that. I'm
You said
trying
you
to
don't
prevent
want to
myself.
apologize for calling a hoe, right?
I
You
want.
just said that,
What
right?
I'm doing is I'm trying to make sure that you actually
Did you just say that?
represent anything
So
other than that term.
did you just call me a
before I
hoe just
apologize.
now?
No,
You just said if I'm gonna call a hoe, right? Is that what you just said?
you didn't hear what I said.
You let God deal with
I
people
said
like
I want to
these
make sure that I
hypocrites.
don't go on
They
the
gonna sit there
record
and let him do it. But when I call
and mistakenly call.
Hypocrites.
But you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm trying to give you an
Hypocrite.
apology, but I can't
no, you don't
apologize.
have to try. Just do.
Well, if you actually listen to what he said,
No, I don't need your help because
There
you
goes the
wasn't saying
cape.
nothing when he
Oh,
called me out
well,
my name.
because you're not listening.
No, you wasn't saying nothing when he called me out my name. Don't say nothing now. He
I
got
didn't
it.
call you
I'm
out
not.
your name. I said Andrea. I
I'm
said
not saying
Andrea like
anything.
5 times. I said I want to apologize to you, but I need to validate that you're not carrying a trait to carry.
Apologize. Period.
Well, see, that's
if
not how it works,
apologize.
ma'am. That's not how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
No, it
No,
don't.
ma'am.
Guys, stop talking to me.
No, it don't.
That pride
That is not
is
how
a
it
son of a
works.
bitch, ain't it?
Yeah, look at him, girl.
If I was a dog
He not even
That
and I
ego,
was behaving like a dog,
that
and a woman
ego
called me a
is gonna
dog,
be your fall.
I would not run to the congregation to tell y'all to make that woman apologize for
You
calling me a
can't guide
dog
other
if I'm a
people
dog.
if you got an ego and you don't have any humility. How do you expect to guide people, Darwin?
I just tried to guide her into apology. She was not willing to take any sound
So you need to
direction
know
or
her height,
instruction.
age, and weight for her to apologize.
For you to apologize.
Hold on, say that again. DJ?
You need to know all her particulars for you to apologize. You
No,
didn't
I was
need
going to
that
ask her
to
how
issue
old
the
she was, and I
insult.
was going to ask her if she married. You know what I'm saying?
It
If
was
she is in a
unbecoming of you as a man to say something
don't
like
know
that
what
to
a
a
man
woman
is.
that you don't
You
know.
don't get to dictate what unbecoming of a man is for me.
No,
because
Oh
we
you're
yes,
do.
not,
I do,
one,
because
you're
I'm
not a man.
experiencing you, and
Number
it's not.
two,
I'm
you don't
experiencing you, and it's not
you don't
masculine.
encompass the standards I live
Very
by in
feminine,
order
very
to consider myself a man.
sassy.
So therefore, you can't write man on a piece of paper for me.
Sassy.
Oh,
This is
look
crazy
at
work.